Hey YouTube, this week on Hobby Talk, I've talked about this subject, a few times before, but it's definitely been on my mind this week. So I figured, you know what, it's Hobby Talk. I like talking about things that have been on my mind in the hobby, and so let's do it this week. So I want to talk about Metazoo stuff, and I'm not one of these Metazoo hype channels. I think they're really cool cards. I like opening the cards. I like doing card-to-card episodes about the cards. Really fun. But there's been a lot of drama about Metazoo here lately, and I wanted to put in my 2 cents on it. So Metazoo, they are definitely trying to crack down on people, I shouldn't say people, on their distributors or the stores, that the card shops and stuff, the online places where they get the Metazoo boxes and sell them online. You can get them all different sorts of places. But with the UFO set coming out, I'm very excited for UFO, by the way. I think it's going to be great, a lot of fun. But they are really cracking down on people not selling the cards too cheaply, and I think it's not a very good move on Metazoo's part. I know they have the right, I guess, to tell people, if you want to sell our products, you have to sell them for this price. I think it's I don't really agree with that, though. To me, I think you let the actual market set the price. And when I bought, so Wilderness, I was not super excited for Wilderness to come out, but since then I've really grown to love this set. It's a great box, a lot of fun. The artwork's great. But we'll talk about this set. That set back there is called Nightfall, the one with the Mothman back there. So when that set came out, they made 50,000 first edition boxes. Okay. Now those box prices have very much stayed very steady until very recently. They've kind of dropped down. I think that there's just a lot of them on the market right now. But that is a really cool set, and I love that set. I have a couple of them that I put away, and I'm opening some also on the channel. But I was able to pick up a sealed box of that with eBay bucks and stuff. I wanted to use my eBay bucks. It was before using my eBay bucks. I was able to get it for $135 shipped to me. So I thought that was a steal. But then again, they only made 50,000 of those Nightfall boxes, and those were first editions, by the way. Now, when Wilderness came out, I felt like it wasn't going to be as exciting of a set, but it's actually a very cool set. I bought the pre-order prices at the prices that Metazoo wanted them to sell at. The place I bought them from, I felt like it was still a good deal, but very quickly after that, the box prices dropped, and to where now I was able. Oh, and I should add in that they made 100,000 Wilderness boxes first edition. So they doubled the print run of Wilderness than they had for Nightfall. So the people that sell Metazoo, that get distributed the Metazoo to sell in their stores, they got a lot more product to try to sell, which I think they didn't like that much. I think, who knows, maybe they did want that much, but anyway, the prices definitely started dropping to where I was able to pick up this box just like last week. I wanted to add another box to my collection. I was able to get this for $75 shipped. That shocked me. This box has dropped that much. It's first edition, great set. You can get unbelievable chase cards in these sets. It's just really surprising to me that the price is dropped out, and it's probably going to drop more. I mean, you can get these ones over here, those are Cryptid Nation Series 2 or 2nd edition. And those boxes, you can get those boxes for like $70 a box. And they've slowly drifted down. I think they've kind of settled in at 70, and that's a great set too. They're just not first edition. But the fact that you can get first edition Wilderness boxes for that cheap, I mean, you gotta admit that tells you that the demand of them is not that high. So maybe printing 100,000 boxes of them wasn't the best move, but they said they're going to do 100,000 boxes of each set going forward. I guess until they want to alter that. But at this point, so we already know there's going to be 100,000 UFO boxes. And this is where the creators of Metazoo, the ones that sell the Metazoo to the stores that sell it to us, they are getting into some conflicts with these sellers, because the sellers already know there's going to be 100,000 of these boxes of the UFO. They know that they need to move those boxes, and Metazoo's telling them, no. You can only sell it at a price that we tell you to sell it at, which I believe the cheapest they can sell it is like 112 or 120. I don't know exactly how much. But these stores also know that they're going to get stuck with a bunch of boxes unless they're able to price them where they feel comfortable of selling them. And when the pre-orders were first coming up, you could get pre-orders of this for around $80 a box or less. And Metazoo really did not like that. They told them, you know what, you're going to get banned if you go against what we tell you to sell the boxes at. I think it's kind of sorry of Metazoo. I know they're making the game. They have the right to tell. I think they have. If they have an agreement in place, yeah, they have that right. But to just tell somebody you can't sell a box for X amount of price, that seems, pretty sorry. If I have this box, I should be able to sell it for whatever I want to sell it. If I feel like I want to move it, and I don't want all this money tied up in boxes that aren't going to sell at that price, because everybody knows if there's 100,000 boxes of UFO, they're not going to hold up at $118 or $112 a box. It's just not going to happen. Now, if it was like a Nightfall print run of 50,000 boxes, I mean, it's been proven that those box prices held solid and actually went up, and now they're back to right around what the suggested prices of these boxes is actually $140. That's the MSRP of a Metazoo booster box, and that is clearly way too high. And so there's a lot of drama going on with Metazoo and their sellers, of them banning sellers, only selling through certain people. And I think all that drama, it kind of hurts Metazoo. I think, maybe some people will be like, yeah, I don't think I want to get involved with Metazoo. Too much drama. But, it's been on my mind. I've been watching some videos about it, and I wanted to give you my thoughts. So my thoughts are, if you're going to make 100,000 boxes of your booster boxes, that clearly there's not that much demand for them, the prices are going to drop, and you should let people sell them for whatever they want to sell them for. I think it's wrong for Metazoo to tell someone they have to sell it at a certain price, or else. I mean, I believe in a lot of freedoms, basically, and they have the freedom to tell somebody, yeah, we'll sell to you, but we have an agreement in place. They have that right. But I think also once that place has the boxes, then they have the right, if they're not selling at the price that Metazoo tells them to sell them at, I think they have the right to then just sell them for whatever they need to make their business run. So it's kind of a weird setup. I don't really understand why Metazoo doesn't want to just let the free market rule the price of your box. You know, they're awesome. I love Metazoo cards, but I'm not a super fan of Metazoo pricing, distributing cycles. I've been very critical of them in the past on their Metazoo marketplace. They don't do anything. There's no bot protection. They want the stuff to sell out in seconds, and whether it's legit sales or what, they just want to be able to say our product sold out in 20 seconds. Yeah, because you allow bots and you allow people to go in and just hoard everything. You know, anything, all the really cool releases sell out instantly. It's because they don't put limits on anybody. They don't, but they want to put limits on the people, the card shops and stuff trying to sell the cards, which seems like a double standard. I mean, wouldn't you want all of your booster boxes to sell out instantly, you know, out in the marketplace, you know? Or it's just strange that they want to control other people's prices but have no control in theirs. Yeah, anyway, I'm sure I'll get a lot of the Metazoo worshippers. I don't know, that's not a good word. There's certain people that really do not like hearing criticism about something they love. Hey, I love Metazoo. I can criticize it. Anybody can. It's a free country. I just think that one little aspect of it is kind of sorry. But besides that, I think they should keep up the good work. No one, I will say this, no one on earth does more cool stuff with their TCG games, their boxes, than Metazoo. You can pull the most incredible cards that you could ever dream of pulling out of Metazoo. There's numbered cards that if you decide to sell it, you could make yourself thousands of dollars selling certain cards. I mean, and just regular cards, even down to the most common cards, they're pretty cool. A lot of thought goes into the cards, the art and all that, and that's what I love about it. But, you know, they do a lot of really cool promotional type stuff. So a lot of things they do better than anybody, but there's also other things that they kind of make you cringe a little bit, like, okay, you know, maybe this could be done a better way. Anyway, I'm excited for UFO. I hope you guys are. I'm definitely not going to pay the current pre-order prices of $112 because I know for a fact it's going to drop down as soon as people get them in hand and let the actual marketplace start controlling the price, because there's just too many. Anyway, but there might be too many now. But this is a caveat to all this. There might be too many now, but one cool thing that Metazoo does that other game card places don't do, or game TCGs don't do, is they make their Wilderness or Nightfall and then they move on to the next one. They don't go back and reprint it like Pokemon, which is probably the biggest sorry thing that Pokemon does. As far as getting people to be excited to buy their cards and then, and then reprint a bunch of them, and which causes them to not be so exciting to get anymore. Pokemon, they can easily print what they need to start with and not do reprints, is what I'm saying. So when they do reprints, it kind of seems kind of sorry. Metazoo doesn't do that. So today we're thinking 100,000 boxes is way too many. 5 years from now, if Metazoo has actually, taken off as a game and become more popular, these older boxes, you'll think, wow, there was only 100,000 of those boxes made. And with the chase cards they have in them, there's not going to be that many left sealed. I really don't think, if the game takes off. And I always want to keep me some boxes of this sealed just to enjoy them. I like having boxes sealed, and I like opening some. So those are some Metazoo thoughts. I know I've been doing way too many Metazoo videos lately. People are going to think I'm a Metazoo hyper. I'm not. I just love the game. I love the cards. I shouldn't say I love the game because I don't play the game. I love the art of the cards. I love the cards. I love kind of some of the things they're doing where you can get really cool chase cards in these boxes. That kind of stuff is awesome. I just wish they'd be cool with their sellers to where it doesn't like stifle the growth of Metazoo, because I want it to grow. I want it to blow up. I've got second edition Metazoo boxes put away that I'd love to see rise up in value. You know, if they don't, oh well, they're cheap. If they do, awesome. And oh, see, like this. This is an example of reprint. So this box, this is Weiss Schwarz Marvel. Love this set. Again, that's another game I don't play. I just like the cards and the art of the cards. But they did a reprint of this, which was pretty cool. But if you were a person that bought boxes when it first came out and like putting them away to like invest in or whatever, you know, you can't invest in game TCGs like that. Where Metazoo you kind of can. And that's why there's so many of these channels that all they care about is what Metazoo's worth instead of enjoying the game. But like now you can buy Weiss Schwarz Marvel boxes for like $70 because they reprinted a bunch of it. And yeah, they're in Japanese and all that. But that's just an example of, you know, I guess it's not sorry that they do reprints because they just want to get their game out wider. You know, they don't really think about people collecting the game that much. Where Metazoo definitely thinks about the people collecting the games and collecting boxes and all that sort of thing. So, again, that's one of the things I like about what Metazoo does is they don't reprint stuff. If there is a demand someday where people really want to get their hands on Wilderness, they can always do a second edition. So these will always be the first edition. They could come back and do a second edition someday. Now they have said that they're not doing a second edition of Nightfall. I will say that. So I don't think they would. I think they would just be like, well, you know, the boxes were widely available back in the day. That's when you should have bought them. But, you know, they could do that, but they wouldn't do it to where it just like floods the market, basically. Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll try to not do so many Metazoo videos, except I'm going to be excited when UFO comes out, so I'll probably do some UFO videos. But stay tuned for more videos later.